Hello, guys, welcome back. I hope we're all doing really well. So, today I'm going to be talking to you about why you need to turn the notifications off your phone immediately. So, it's something I've just started doing over the last month or so, and the results I've seen in my productivity, overall mental health, and just feeling at peace with myself has been astronomical. And I really want as many people to get onto this as possible. So, I'm going to be talking to you diving into the kind of social media. And I think the problem that a lot of people don't realize is how big of an issue this is, and the direction it's heading. A lot of content like this, it kind of does get banned and stuff, because obviously the social medias, they don't have your best interests at heart, and they're obviously only looking from their point of view and trying to get as much retention out of you as possible, much money out of you. So I know this video possibly could get taken down, and a lot of content like this has done in the past, but I want to see the best for a lot of people, and I know kind of the dangers of social media and getting sucked too much into it. So I think today, in this modern generation, it is kind of harder than ever to not get stuck deep into the kind of the grass of technology. Everywhere you go, you'll just be walking in the streets, and everyone's just head down, just on their phones, shit posture and all of that. But everywhere you go, anytime they get a break to do anything, is to go on their phone. People can't even hold eye contact with you. All their source of their information is from their phone, and obviously, yeah, stuff like that, it can be useful. Um, but yeah, I think especially for the generations coming up, I really do worry for a lot of people who have kind of don't really understand where it's going and how big of an issue this is. So I've probably had social media since I was 13, 14 years old, and I would class myself as being addicted to it. Um, and yeah, I used it a lot, but when I speak to some people, and particularly around kind of my age, I remember I was in uni at the start of the year before I dropped out. Um, and there was a girl I don't know why we was kind of talking about screen times, but it came up in the conversations, and she said her average was 7, 8 hours a day. Some other lads said it was about 9 hours or so, and he was watching porn for 2, 3 hours. It's just, yeah. Some of the stories are pretty mad, but anyway, people, and that's wasn't a one off. I remember, I think I mentioned this before. When I lived there, I saw this girl's phone. Her average screen time was said 6.5 hours. It might have been more or something, but I just can't believe it. Really, when I went on my phone for 3 hours, I feel shit about myself. I look at that, and I'm I spent 3 hours out of the 24 on my phone, not in the real world. I'm that's not good enough. And even what I'm trying to do, a lot of my kind of work is kind of be on social media, whether I like it or not. Um, and I'm still not on my phone hours and hours, as much as these people who don't even need to be on it. They're not doing they're not producing content or anything. They're just consuming and fucking up their mental health. But I just don't think a lot of people actually kind of realize what they're doing. They're not conscious, and definitely not conscious when they're actually doing what they're really doing. I think a big reason why, and this is kind of what the overall point of this video is, why they have such high screen times, is because their phones are right next to them all the time, with the notifications on, probably on loud too. And every time I kind of hear people's notifications, I just kind of look at them what are you doing? I kind of look at them with a bit of disgust. And I'm and then they just check their phone straight away. I'm come on, you're better than this. Um, and I used to just have my phone on do not disturb, and I thought that was good enough for a while, but I'd still check my phone quite a lot, because I'd see notifications, and then I'd want to go on the apps. But now, since I've completely disabled all my notifications, then it's just been so much better. I've not felt the urge to go and check on these. I think for maybe the first few days, you kind of because you're just your brain's so wired to been doing that for so many years, and you want that dopamine rush. You probably will keep doing it for maybe a few days, but then since then, I some of the apps I use, I just haven't even been on at all, because I don't fucking need them. And the only time for me, it was Instagram that I really struggled with. I went on that quite a lot, just looking what other people were doing without even realising I'd be on there for like 20-30 minutes. And for some people, be like, oh, it's not even bad. I'm on there for hours. I'm like, yeah, well, it is for me. I don't want to be on Instagram for 20-30 minutes looking at other people's life. I've got my own life to live. And yeah, so like since I've kind of like deleted them, I've only really gone on these apps to kind of like when I've got something to show people, produce my content. Sorry guys, had a bit of an issue with the audio there, just fucking cut out for no reason. He keeps doing that. I need to get that issue sorted. As I was saying, like unless I'm like producing something, there's no need for me to go on the apps. And for you, if you're not even producing stuff, you don't actually need to go on these apps. But I know like a lot of people will try and cope and say, oh yeah, but I need my notifications on because my family member might be dying or something like that. I'm like, well yeah, of course that could happen. I mean, I've lived that experience myself. But yeah, you keep your phone and message notifications on. That's fine. That's all you need. Anyone who needs to contact you has your phone number, so they'll ring you. They'll message you on normal text. They're not gonna send you a fucking video on TikTok, are they? Or your mum's not gonna like Snapchat you, is she? Like, it's just like a lot of people will try and cope and say, oh yeah, but this, because they're addicted to it, and that is the problem. And that is like why I want to help people, and why like a lot of people like just struggling so much with this issue. And I think it is really going to go like along a really like dark path, and I just don't want to see like a lot of people, especially people that I care about and I'm close with, and anyone watching this video to kind of fall down that trap. And yeah, like I've said, they really don't have your best interests at heart whatsoever, and it is a lot deeper than a lot of people think and they want to believe. Like a lot of people will be defending them, and that's crazy. It just kind of shows like how addicted they are to these systems, and yeah, the stuff like they do to make you addicted, you would not believe. But honestly, I hope you kind of believe why I made this video, and the importance of it, because I really do want to see the best version of yourself, and I don't want you to suffer. And yeah, kind of like go through the kind of just being sucked into this deeper and deeper by these evil companies who really do not want to see you succeed, because I know how hard it is, and I see it every day. So yeah, I really think this message is so important. So if you could share the message, it would mean a lot. And if you could subscribe to my channel, it would mean a lot to me as well, trying to grow this as much as we possibly can, guys. So any support would be hugely appreciated, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.